So on to the last topic with Pierre. We're going to rank our top 5 duos. I saw you guys a video on TikTok through the wire. You guys did this, a similar thing to it. You guys were picking between duos.
Yeah, and I wasn't a fan of how it went, so I'm interested to see how y'all do it. Everybody values different things when it comes to basketball. But
what weren't you a fan of?
We let the Lakers get far, and I don't care that they won a championship.
Oh, that's great because me and Joel won't have them on our list.
Yeah.
My guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Maybe him. He's a LeBron guy, so maybe he might do it.
The only reason they're not on my list because we're talking right now.
I'm surprised you don't even have them.
I don't.
Oh, I thought you had him at 5.
So LeBron and Russ don't count?
So y'all specifically doing right now, we didn't do that. We just did duos, but I was taking everything into consideration, the past and right now.
So if we're saying past, oh my goodness, Pierre, not having LeBron and AD is rude.
We're
rude.
doing right now, but that's a good question because as I was preparing for this and I'm ranking my duos, I didn't know what I wanted to value more. I'm like, okay, should I value proven duos over the talented ones? And I have my list here, so I'll just give mine first unless you want to give yours first. I wanted to say
the way I did mine was I valued winning and statistically what are you putting out that's impacting winning. So that's how I did mine. So as of right now, that's how mine's went. So you want me to go first? Or you
what about what about you, bro? He ain't say what he valued. I think this is no. I think y'all doing it better than us because I think we should have did that. I think that's what we messed up at. We didn't make a clear point on what we valued, and I think some of us valued past. Because D Mills is down there arguing Damian Lillard and Anthony Simon.
Oh, goodness.
And we haven't even seen it. And I'm like, that irritated me. And then it's like, you're right. Not having AD and LeBron as a pass duo is rude and disrespectful. But it's like, how much do we value that? And if we made a clear stance how y'all just did, I think we would have had a more progressive.
He really wants to know how you did it.
It's fine. Mine's a little combination of both. Mine's basically on talent in terms of me projecting them to win and what they have done already. But really...
Oh, so basically this year, because you don't have LeBron and AD in there.
Correct.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
I like it.
So I'll go first. These are my top 5 duos this year.
You going all 5?
Yeah. Okay. Unless you guys want to do it,
And we're going 5-1.
I said we go 1-1-1. Go 4 5.
Okay, so from 5 to 1?
Yes.
5 to 1, 1-1-1.
Okay, so at number 5, I have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. At number 5.
At number 5, I also have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
At 5, I got KD and Kyrie.
Oh my God.
You got them at 5?
Yo, that is wild. I hate that. I hate that.
You gotta look at it like this. Kyrie is a part-time basketball player. Kevin Durant, he's been hurt a lot. But when they do play, the short time. No, I'm talking about this year. The short time they have played, they've been effective, and they're both an elite talented duo. So out of respect, because they've been elite, they've been talented, I put them at 5.
They're 4-2 this year when they play together.
See, it's not
and look at what they did against one of the most unstoppable team in Philadelphia.
They took it personal, but I'm not going to put them over. You're going to hear the next 4 and understand why I have the next 4. They're a playing team, bro.
And KD's been out for however many games.
Why they're at 5.
But when he was healthy, they were
I don't want to say, but I don't care about when he was healthy.
Look at me giving KD praise.
Kyrie is a part-time basketball player, bro. I get what do you want me to do with that?
Come
on,
man.
You want to put a part-time duo in here? I put him at 5.
You're better than that.
I could have said KD and Harden. I could have did that.
So what do you think, Pierre? You think, is it crazier to have KD and Kyrie at 5 or Tatum and Brown at 5?
KD and Kyrie, but he said listen to the rest of his list, so I owe him that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So my number 4.
Wait, who's his 5? We didn't get his 5.
I'm just listening to y'all.
Oh, okay.
I had an idea that was what you were doing, but now we got clarification. At number 4, Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
His list sucks. I just want to let you know that now.
Then my list sucks too, because I have Chris Paul and Devin Booker also.
Oh my.
How are they not here? They made the finals.
All right, I don't think your list sucks, but I think our lists are going to be completely different.
First seed in the West right
exactly.
now.
That's why they're not.
NBA.
Exactly. That's why they're not 4 for me.
They should be higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for me, 4 is JB and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They're 4 for me. So that's my 4.
You know what?
This
I understand.
good.
I understand exactly what you're saying. But here's to defend this. In terms of the talent of the guys that we're going to have above them, these guys, these duos are more talented.
Chris Paul and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are not that much more talented than Chris Paul and Devin Booker. They're not. They're just not. And they don't impact the game like those two. I'm just sorry.
Argue, fight.
But look at the way that the Suns team is oriented. They are one of the deeper teams in the NBA, if not the deepest team in the NBA. Yes, Chris Paul and Devin Booker are the two best players on their team. You take them off their team, they're not the best team in the NBA. They're not. That's obvious. However, this team is still insanely deep, and I'm looking at these two, still giving them the respect as being a top 5 duo in the league. But I'm looking at these other duos that are just better talent-wise. And even taking that into account, it's not rude for me to say that these...
Jaylen Brown's better than Chris Paul?
Bro, I have Jaylen Brown and Tatum underneath them.
Oh, so who's you have ahead of him? Oh, we'll wait.
We're going to get there.
Exactly.
I have
it's
Chris
hard
Paul,
to give this argument without spoiling.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
I have Chris Paul and D-Book at 4. Because although they've had a lot of success, I'm going to be honest, I was debating having them on this list altogether.
Okay, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that.
Because I left out Giannis and Middleton. Just a spoiler.
Too.
I left out Giannis and Middleton.
Just a spoiler, Giannis is in here, but Middleton is not that
Drew
guy.
Holiday?
So, that's your duo. But I'm just saying, CP3 and D-Book, to me, I think they've accomplished a lot. But at the same time, you have to understand that the roster is loaded.
Okay.
It is.
I'm looking at it. So, when I pick them, I'll explain.
My third is Embiid and Harden. That's my third.
6-game wonders. Okay.
And hold up. They would have been one had they not wet the bed against Brooklyn. I dropped them down.
You don't do what they do.
And wet the bed's kind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was watching the game with Drew. We was in the garage watching the game on a projector. Bro, there was a Philly fan watching the game. He was sitting in the corner. First quarter, Philly scores. Yo, bro, he's jumping up. He's screaming. He's like, yeah, let's go. By the third quarter, they score. He's like, yeah, yeah.
It was the quietest I've seen Joel and my brother Josh ever in my life.
So what's your 3?
My number 3 is Steph and Clay / Dre, whichever one you want to shake it.
It's Dre.
It's Dre. My 3 is Giannis and Drew Holiday. That's the duo for me.
Are you gonna have Steph and Dre 1, bro?
No, actually, Steph is not on my list for the first time in ever.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, Steph is actually not on my list.
Number 2 for me is KD and Kyrie.
You don't have DeMar and Zach on your list, and I'm
absolutely
pissed
not.
the hell off. But I'll get to that in a minute.
I took them off too. You know, I could have put them over CP3 and D-Book.
I'll get to that in a minute.
I don't have them on my list because I'm expecting DeMar not to show up in the playoffs.
Like Embiid and Harden usually do. Like, because if you're expecting that, then we should already know what they're gonna do.
Wow.
But you know,
I'll tell you what. I'm sorry. I left DeMar and Zach off my list, and I regret it.
What's number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me is Harden and Embiid.
Number 2 for me is DeMar and Zach.
Honestly, I'm not even mad.
That's number 2 for me. You guys are ridiculous.
For me, no. For me, I have KD and Kyrie because we know
you haven't met one.
No, I have them at 2.
Oh, okay.
We know when healthy they can beat any team in the NBA.
Okay.
As long as Brooklyn is healthy and Kyrie can play and he doesn't have that mandate over his head, Brooklyn, even as the 8th, 7th seed, I would pick them against anybody in a series.
That's fair. I respect that.
We saw them almost beat Milwaukee last year.
Don't do it. Don't tell me about the foot. I don't want to hear about his shoe size.
I was talking about they was up on Milwaukee with Kyrie.
Can I ask you a question?
Talk to me.
Tatum and DeMar, which do you lean?
Right now.
Sure.
Tatum's better. Why is this an argument?
It's not about who's better. I'll probably lean Tatum because he plays defense.
I'm taking Zach over Brown for sure.
Okay.
Tatum is the best player out of the duos.
Yes.
Correct?
Mm.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown is probably the worst of the 4.
No, he's not probably. He's the worst.
Yes. Is it that significant that you're taking Zach and DeMar however many spots over them?
2. It was 2 spots.
And is it that clean to, like, I understand that the Bulls are playing great basketball, and I understand that DeMar DeRozan has been excellent, and you know my feelings on
so
Levine.
What are you asking me?
I'm saying, why is it so clear-cut that they're number 2 and you have the Celtics number 4? What is it that's separating it for you?
DeMar
has balance.
DeMar has been able to do with a broken down roster all year has been nothing short of amazing. He's been breaking Wilt numbers. And Zach, the fact that Zach has been playing with 5 to 6 injuries throughout this year and is still one of the most efficient scorers in the NBA, for me, it was easy.
Number 1, I'm mad at you. You know what? I don't understand. I don't understand this about Riv.
Is one going to be Steph and Dre?
I don't understand this about Riv.
My goodness.
We had a topic about the Bulls, and we had to talk about the MVP. That was your chance to pick the Bulls, your hometown team, DeMar DeRozan. You didn't ride for your guy.
He's an honest man.
He wasn't my MVP.
The best duo in basketball is Steph Curry and Draymond Green. With Draymond Green, the Warriors are 28-6 this season. That's a better win percentage than the Phoenix Suns have this year.
Look at the duo of Steph and Dre last year. They missed the playoffs.
They were the 5th seed before Steph Curry got hurt.
And they lost every single game.
They had 2 chances to get into the playoffs.
Not because Steph. Don't blame.
I'm not blaming Steph.
Blame it on Dre shooting that bullshit.
They're so good as a duo that without Dre, I don't know if the Warriors get past the second round. With Dre, they're winning the championship.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying in terms of the duo itself, I didn't have them higher on my list because they missed the playoffs last year. Regardless of what you want to say.
They got 3 championships, bro.
Okay, fair. Okay, Klay Thompson.
I don't care about that
Kevin
last
Durant.
year. They got 3 championships.
So who's your first?
My first is KD and Kyrie.
Okay, so let me just, let me get this straight. You guys, you put Steph and Dre. That's an honorable number 1. But the only reason I didn't put them is because Dre has missed a lot of time. And it's been like, even in those championships, Steph, KD, so I did it like right now. And you put the part-time worker and the other guy as the number 1 duo in the league. And they're a playing team. Okay. For me, the best duo in the league, the best duo that's been the best duo in this NBA season right now is CP3 and Devin Booker. They've been the best duo in the NBA. I swear to God.
Not better than Draymond.
Wait, I thought you had Giannis. You said you didn't have Giannis.
No, Giannis and Drew was 3.
Ah, okay.
I would have put the Joker and whoever else if I wanted to pick, but they're not higher up in the seating. But I should have.
Barton?
Yeah, I should have just threw him in there. But yeah, for me, CP3 and Devin Booker have been one of the clutchest duos in the NBA. They have the best record by like 8 games in the NBA. Like, and this is coming off a year they just made the finals and they were the number 2 seed last year. Like, I look at it as like Devin Booker has the numbers, Chris Paul has the impact. What's the problem? They've been those guys for me this year. So I have to put them number 1.
I don't disagree with any logic that you said. What you said is 100% sound. I'm looking at it in this sense. KD, when he's on the court playing basketball, is arguably the best player in the world. Kyrie Irving is a 50, 40, 90 player who can give you 30 on any given night. He is one of the most skilled, if not the most skilled players in the NBA. You're 100% right. He's a part-time player.
Speculation.
In terms of what? The most skilled player?
No, in terms of your number 1 list is primed on if KD actually is healthy and if Kyrie is actually a full-time player. My number 1 is primed on what they've done last year.
Let's take it easy, though, because CP3, his injury history, can you fully bank on him?
That's 100%. So same thing with Kyrie, though.
Oh, I agree with you.
So we can only go with what we've seen. And what we've seen is a number 2 seed, a number 1 seed, one guy who's actually, CP3, as much as we say he may not deserve it, he was your MVP pick.
Yeah, he was.
A guy who's in the MVP race. Also, Devin Booker's also in the top 10 MVP. I'm looking at 2 guys in the top 10 in the MVP race. They have the number 1 record in the league. They're the clutchest duo in the league.
Is Devin in the MVP race?
He's like 8 or 9.
He should be.
Okay.
He's like 8 or 9. If he's not, he just dropped out.
Okay.
But he was in there. So, like, I don't think, like, KD and Kyrie, we're talking about best talented duo. Yeah, of course, KD and Kyrie won. I mean, you could throw Harden and Embiid. I didn't put Harden and Embiid because they didn't play enough games. They would have been 1 for me, but they haven't played enough games. So I'm looking at the teams top of the league. Look at DeMar and Zach. They've been in the top of the league. They've been missing all the guys. Look at Giannis and Drew. They just complement each other so much. Drew's that top-notch perimeter defender. Giannis is that rim protector. And plus, Drew is extremely clutch. And then obviously JB and JT. Those 2-way players, Jason Tatum's that offensive machine, and they picked it up. And then I put KD and Kyrie because of respect, because of talent. They are, when healthy, the most talented. But these other 4 duos have just put in so much track record. I should have put Steph and Dre at 5, honestly. That's what I should have done.
They missed your list.
They did miss
disrespectful.
It is a bit disrespectful.
I don't dislike your list by any means. I just think that DeMar and Zach are a little bit too high.
Who would you put? You didn't have them on your list.
I understand.
Steph and Dre are clear of Levine and DeMar.
That's fair to say.
And you didn't have Joel Embiid and James Harden.
I just explained why.
I understand, but you still, again, you got to project. You have to project. That's what we're doing.
I shouldn't have to project.
Project in the sense of like what
we're expecting them to do. So we named our list. So Pierre, which list did you have most problems with? You didn't agree with?
A little bit of all y'all's. I think the Bulls were too high. I do agree with that. The Bulls were high.
Disrespectful.
Also, yeah, I agree. I think you do have to project the Philadelphia 76ers. I agree. I said that when we did it, it's tough because I didn't like the teams that they played, but we do have to project that they are going to be somewhat superior on a consistent basis. I agree with bro. I think y'all had the Phoenix Suns a little low.
Disrespectful.
You know what I mean? Dre and Steph being number one, arguable. I don't know. I can respect it. I think that was it though. We're talking about the top 5 though, so we just
really can't go wrong.
Shit.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I mean? We just nitpicking that shit. I like the Nets though. I'll take the Nets even with Kyrie being part-time. You know what I mean? Like I think that duo is crazy because you have to consider what they can do, what they have done, and even at a half of Kyrie, I'm taking that over a lot of the guys that we named. I was just distracted because I was so happy that y'all all agreed that y'all would take Zach LaVine over Jaylen Brown.
Oh, for sure. Zach
I said that on Twitter.
Players.
Somebody said Jaylen Brown. Who said that?
Twitter.
No, I said it on Twitter and people was just going crazy.
Was it recent or was it a while ago?
Definitely wasn't recent. It was maybe like last year.
Oh, you said it early.
Just look at it. Look at it like
I've been a Zach LaVine guy before he was in the league. You know what I mean?
That's cool. I mean, look at it at face value. Better scorer, better efficiency. Jaylen Brown's maybe the better defender.
No, he is the better defender.
It's not
the
like
argument that a lot of people gave is just that he plays with Tatum. That's what they were saying.
Zach plays with them all.
No, this is before he played with them.
Okay.
I don't understand that though.
No, it's because
in terms of what Jason Tatum elevating him. Because
no, they feel like Jaylen Brown would be better if he wasn't under Jason Tatum. Like if he had his own team, he would be what Zach LaVine basically is.
I understand.
There's not many guys that can be as efficient as Zach.
No,
like even Jaylen Brown. I don't like, and the shots Zach aren't easy shots. Like he takes contested shots. Like he's just so like
he's a beast.
He's different.
He's a
so I mean, Jaylen he's great, and his defense it's good. It's been a little bit. We're starting to overrate it just a little bit too much.
Who's
Jaylen Brown's just a little bit too much. We're starting to overrate his defense just a little bit too much.
You just said he's the best freaking Robin in the league,
which is why I said I can't agree.
So he's
the best Robin in the league.
All right, fine. Listen, that's strong. I should have definitely used.
You've been trying to push that agenda for like 3 weeks, bro.
But I should have used better wording. He's the most complete Robin because that's initially what I said.
But he's not because I said Paul George and you said I was right.
And then I agreed. I shook your hand.
So you're wrong.
I am. I admit it. I was wrong there.